The film begins by introducing the main character, Andrew Detmer. He is a socially awkward teenager living with his alcoholic father and his terminally ill mother. He decides to start filming his daily life as a way to document his struggles and protect himself from his father's abuse. We meet Andrew's cousin, Matt. He is more popular and well-adjusted compared to Andrew. At school, Andrew gets bullied by some punks. He tries to not let it bother him, but it's clear he is troubled. One night, Matt convinces Andrew to attend a party to try and help him socialize. At the party, a friend of Matt's, Steve, approaches Andrew, informing him about a strange hole he and Matt found in the ground nearby. Intrigued, the trio heads to the site and descends into the cavern, where they discover a glowing, crystalline object. As they approach the object, it emits a loud, otherworldly noise, causing them to experience intense pain and nosebleeds. The camera cuts out, marking the end of the discovery. The film resumes with the trio discovering that they have developed telekinetic abilities as a result of their encounter with the object. They find they can move objects with their minds, but using their powers causes nosebleeds if they overexert themselves. Initially, they use their abilities for fun and pranks, such as playing with Legos, moving cars in parking lots, and scaring children in toy stores. Their bond strengthens as they practice and hone their skills, learning to control and expand their abilities. Steve, Matt, and Andrew realize that their powers are like muscles that grow stronger with use. They experiment with more dangerous stunts, such as flying. They start with small, controlled flights and gradually increase their altitude and speed. However, their powers also come with risks. Andrew inadvertently pushes a car off the road into a river, though he manages to save the driver. This incident serves as a wake-up call, highlighting the potential dangers of their abilities. Andrew's home life continues to deteriorate. His father's abuse intensifies, and his mother's health worsens. The strain of his family situation begins to weigh heavily on Andrew, causing him to become increasingly withdrawn and volatile. The contrast between his powerful new abilities and his powerless home life exacerbates his frustration and anger. His filming becomes more obsessive, as he documents his powers and uses the camera as a means of coping with his reality. Steve convinces Andrew to participate in the school's talent show, using his telekinesis to perform magic tricks. Andrew reluctantly agrees and becomes the star of the show, earning applause and admiration from his peers. This newfound popularity boosts Andrew's confidence and briefly improves his social standing. After the show, a girl named Monica invites Andrew to a party, where he sees a glimmer of hope for a normal teenage life. At the party, Andrew's social awkwardness resurfaces, leading to a humiliating incident with Monica. Feeling rejected and humiliated, Andrew's anger and frustration reach a boiling point. He lashes out using his powers, accidentally causing a violent confrontation. This event marks a turning point in Andrew's psyche, as he begins to see his powers as a means of asserting control and dominance over those who have wronged him. Andrew starts to embrace a darker, more nihilistic worldview, referring to himself as an apex predator. He believes that his powers place him above ordinary humans and justifies his increasingly reckless and violent behavior. His relationship with Matt and Steve becomes strained as they grow concerned about his erratic actions. The film's tone shifts as Andrew's descent into darkness accelerates, and the once innocent pranks give way to more destructive and dangerous acts. In a pivotal scene, Steve confronts Andrew during a thunderstorm, trying to talk him down from his destructive path. Andrew, in a fit of rage and frustration, accidentally kills Steve with a lightning strike. This tragic accident drives a deeper wedge between Andrew and Matt. Andrew's guilt and grief further isolate him, and his behavior becomes increasingly erratic and dangerous. Steve's death marks a significant escalation in the film's tension and stakes. Andrew's powers continue to grow, but so does his instability. He becomes more violent and unhinged, using his telekinesis to harm those who cross him. He robs a gas station to obtain money for his mother's medication, resulting in an explosion that leaves him severely injured. In the hospital, Andrew's father confronts him, blaming him for his mother's death. Enraged, Andrew uses his powers to break out of the hospital and attack his father. This scene showcases Andrew's complete descent into madness and his willingness to use his powers for personal revenge. Matt, who has been trying to distance himself from the chaos, realizes he must stop Andrew. He tracks him down to the Seattle Space Needle, where Andrew has gone on a rampage, causing widespread destruction. The final confrontation between the two cousins is intense and emotionally charged. Matt tries to reason with Andrew, but Andrew is too far gone, consumed by his anger and grief. Their telekinetic battle wreaks havoc on the city, showcasing the full extent of their powers and the collateral damage they can cause. The two cousins, now on opposite sides of a moral divide, use their telekinesis to hurl objects and each other through the air. The battle reaches a fever pitch, with Andrew causing massive destruction and Matt desperately trying to contain the chaos. The tension and stakes are at their highest, as both characters push their powers to the limit. In a moment of desperation, Matt makes the difficult decision to end the conflict by killing Andrew. The emotional weight of this decision is palpable, as Matt is forced to kill his own cousin to prevent further destruction. The scene is both tragic and cathartic, marking the end of Andrew's reign of terror and the resolution of the central conflict. In the aftermath of Andrew's death, Matt is left to deal with the consequences of their actions. Matt vows to use his powers for good, in honor of Steve and to make amends for Andrew's actions. The film ends on a hopeful note, suggesting that Matt has learned from the ordeal and will strive to use his abilities for good.